everyone, and welcome back to the light side of the paranormal, or welcome. If you're new here, I'm Alice, and I normally have my counterpart, Jenna, with me, but today I'm going to be filming this video for you guys alone. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a get ready with me where I talk about ghosts that I've seen recently, and you guys get to see how I get ready. Now, I should give you a couple of disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, I had never seen a get ready with me video until this morning. My nails are like the worst possible nails you could ever have. If you thought you had the worst nails ever, mine are worse. I broke my finger, and so I haven't been able to get a fill or any sort of love on my nails until my finger is like completely back to normal. It's pretty much back to normal now, but like I'm still nervous about it. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. Let's jump right into this. So I'm gonna start with my hair because it's gonna help get it off of my face. As you can see, I currently have braided in twist style dreadlock extensions, the little skinny guys. So this is, if you guys follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is in the description of all of our videos. You've been probably seeing that I'm doing this style a lot, and it's mostly just because when I'm working, I'm not wanting to be doing this. So this helps to get everything out of my face. So I'm just gonna make a little braid guy. Now, I am growing out my crazy bangs right now, so that's why I have like all these little pieces that aren't wanting to stay in the extensions. And I just braid that all the way down. Yeah, so I don't think that my house is haunted, but I do think that I get spirits that are just passing through. I don't feel that anything that I've seen lately is attached to my house, but I do feel, I personally believe that, oh crap, that's not supposed to be in there. Everybody makes mistakes. I believe that after someone passes away, if they move on, like to the other side, that even if they're restful, that they could have opportunities to visit our dimension or to visit people that they love. So yeah, I think that these people are just visiting. So now that that's off of my face, this is my face, here it is. I'll throw those babies back. And this is my favorite party trick. I'm just gonna take my floppy earlobe and just tuck it over the top so that we're not flopping all over the place. Boom. Plugs are going in later. This is tricky because I saw in Get Ready With Me videos that you're supposed to like describe what you're doing and like what products you're using, but I'm also trying to tell you spooky stories, so I'm gonna do my best to do all of that. I'm just going in with the Lise Watier Base Miracle Primer. I don't like to use a heavy foundation anymore. I used to have the mentality of the more stuff you have on your face, the better you're going to look. But as I'm getting older, my skin is changing, and less is definitely more. Like, you want to see something scary? That's me with a lot of foundation on. Like, reptilian queen. Oh my god, did I just start a conspiracy theory? Okay. Then I'm going in with the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. Don't buy this. It is horrible. My Jeffree Star concealer ran out, and I love that concealer, so I just like ran to Shoppers and got this real quick, and like it's so bad, like, but it's getting me by. Yeah, so like I don't even wear foundation. I just take a concealer and do that. I am not a makeup artist, obviously. I don't do the baking, I don't do any of that. Just looking to zhuzh, you know? This is Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. It's just a finishing spray, but I prefer to dampen my beauty blender with that. I find it just like doubles the top coat of this staying on my face, and I just use this little mirror. Let's just jump into the stories. Recently, I was walking past my basement. I don't have a door to like go into my unfinished basement. It's just literally like an open staircase to go down, and I have to pass by that when I'm going to the kitchen. And I was passing by it, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw a woman standing there. So I turned and looked, and she was right there. Like, she didn't disappear when I turned and looked at her. She was wearing a long black formal gown She was stood with like her hands like in front of her like this, very like regal pose. And it was a long black Victorian gown, poofy dress. She had dark hair in an updo, like a very clean, crisp situation. And she had a very, very pale face and dark eyes. Now, she wasn't clear. She was a little bit blurry. And I was just like, whoa, like you're there, but I'm thirsty and I'm on my way to the kitchen for some water, because it would be like such a me thing to be like, huh, and then just keep walking. But anyways, so I did. I went and I got my glass of water, and then I got this voice in my head that just kept repeating, don't look at the woman, don't look at the woman, don't look at the woman. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's sort of like the big red button that says do not push. Like, I needed to look. So despite my guides or my intuition or whatever that was telling me not to look, I did. I looked as I was walking past the second time to go back to the living room. And she was actually much closer this time, standing actually on the stairs to come up to the basement. She was no longer on the floor right down there. Like, she was coming up. But still same pose, same blank expression on her face. I haven't seen her again since then. I don't know what her purpose of her visiting me was. Like, sometimes I wonder if it's just like they know that I can see them, so they present themselves to me. You know, like am I just this beacon of like, she knows we're here, like let's all go? Because can you imagine, you know, wandering around and being like, hi, hello, and everyone else just being like, just looking right through you? Like, that must be so depressing. So maybe, I feel like that was me in high school. Maybe it's that they know who is more sensitive or like who's more open and who can see them, and they present more to them, even if it's no purpose. I mean, I don't know. If ever I were to see her again, I feel like I would be less blasé about it, less blasé-da about it, and just be like, hey, like, do you have a message for me? Is there something I need to help you with? You know, that was a really interesting encounter. If you can't already tell, these are not my natural eyelashes. My girl, you know who you are. Thank you for hooking me up with these lash extensions. They do get a little tangled and frazzled as I'm sleeping, because I'm sure that I just sleep right on my face. I always have one eye that loses them faster than the other eye. Like, this eye is a little bit thinner. But c'est la vie. Take some water. It's important to hydrate, kids. Alright, so next we're going to go into some blush. My stepmom sells Arbonne products, and I actually really like their blush. So we're just going to do that. So, the other night, my hubby was making me dinner. Wow, that is a lot of blush. Alright, we've committed to it. Wow. See, what's spookier, the stories or the makeup? Jeez Louise. Woo! See, in real life, in my mirror, it doesn't look that bad, but in the camera, girl, woo-hoo, woo. Yeah, so Chris was gonna make me dinner, and he just needed to run out to get some groceries, just a couple things. And I was home alone with my 3 dogs. My dogs, like, something to note, my dogs are extremely protective over me, especially when Chris isn't home. Okay, like, it looks like I got punched in the face, but like in real life, it doesn't. I don't know. Do you trust me? I feel like it's fine, and we just need to just keep on pushing through. This is me doing makeup. Now I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora highlight palette. I've already used most of my favorite colors, but we're just scraping at the pan. So while he was gone, I was just sitting on the couch with the dogs, and like, no word of a lie, I have bells on all my doorknobs. It's a protection thing. It sounded like the door slammed shut, and I heard the bells jingling, and all of the dogs heard it. The dogs freaked out. They ran to the door. I ran to the door. There was no evidence of my door opening at all. And I should mention too that, like, I have my actual exterior door, and then like a porch, and then the door that goes right into my house. It was the door that goes into my house, so it wasn't like, oh, the wind blew the door open. That other door stayed closed, and I looked and the outside door was completely locked. I have no idea what that was. It freaked me out. I made a note to make sure to tell you guys that because I thought you would like to know, and I would probably forget if I didn't write it down. I pretty much just keep adding highlight until I feel satisfied, which is a hard place to get to because the more you add, yeah, like remember how I told you less is more? Except for highlight. Yeah, I feel like that's a nice glow. Like, I promise you that this doesn't look this bad in real life. Like, we're in a dark corner of my beauty room right now. The window's over there. So that was a weird thing, right? That my door did that. Alright, so that's everything that's going on my skin. And now we're gonna do some eyeshadow stuff. I'm going in with this Kat Von D. I think it's some type of Monarch palette. And it's got like purpley colors in it and stuff. And I love that, especially with this hair right now. I'm like loving having purpley makeup. So I'm going with like a lighter purple kind of color. And I'm blending this up pretty high because I want it to transition a darker color that I'm putting on after. So, if you guys didn't already know, which I don't think I told you guys this, there was recently a death in my family. My husband's, he was technically his, like not his dad, but he was his father figure growing up. His name's Greg. Greg passed away just a couple of months ago, and that was really hard for our family. Because of my relationship with the paranormal, I don't feel that when people pass away that they're gone forever. After the funeral that we had for him, we got home and Chris was pretty upset. He just left the room and like needed to be alone, and I was sitting in the living room and I was like, Greg, you need to come and visit. Like, I need to see you, I need to talk to you, I need to know that you're okay. You know, you just passed on, so I feel like this is a good window before you like fully move on, where you're probably making your rounds and saying your goodbyes, and so please make a stop here. Like, I need to see you. It didn't happen immediately, but he did come and visit me. And it was very interesting because like when you're, oh, now I'm going with the darker purple shade. When you're in my living room sitting on my couch, there's like this window that I guess used to be an exterior window but is now just the window into the porch of my house. I thought that I had seen like a glimpse of his face, but it was more of like a smoky, like, I just keep doing this because that's kind of what the smoke did. It was like face gone, and I had just noticed it out of my peripheral vision, which is usually the case with paranormal apparitions, which can be really frustrating because you're like, no, I wanted to actually see you. Why did you disappear like that? I was like, wow, like that kind of looked like Greg's face. And then right in front of me, I'd seen this dark, smoky figure of a man in front of me, and the energy, the smell, everything, I was like, oh my god, this is Greg. Even though there were no real defining features, like it wasn't like he showed up in full color, in like full solid, I'm putting highlight in my inner corner, full solid in front of me. Like, it was still, I feel like you just know in those moments, and I did. I was like, oh my gosh, like you're really here, and I was like tearing up, and it was so amazing. And then I felt like a wind go past me, and then I felt almost like a not so creepy breath behind me. I heard his voice whisper, promise me you'll take care of Christopher. And I just started crying, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I promise I will always take care of him. And I'm crying, and then all that I feel is like this, like almost like if he was standing behind me, Like he just gave me like one of these. Like I felt my arms and my shoulders kind of compress in. I felt the pressure of a hug. And then it just slowly released and he disappeared. I haven't seen him since then, but I think that it would mean a lot to my husband if he would visit him and make an appearance for him. Because my husband is, if you guys are new here, my husband is a skeptic. He doesn't believe in the paranormal. I again had a conversation with Greg, even though I didn't see him, I was just like talking to him, and I was like, Greg, buddy, like you have to make a huge impression on Chris. You need to make a big glowing flashing neon sign that says I am here, because if it is subtle or if he has to look even a little bit to figure out what's going on, he's not going to believe it. Like you need to present yourself in a big way. Now the problem with that is I worry that Chris would be too proud to ever tell me if he did see him, because he's so like, yeah, they're not real, like I can explain anything away. But I'm really hoping that he does do that for him. But anyhow, so that was like my first time actually having a real experience with someone that I know that has passed on. Yeah, I just felt it was really beautiful. And here on the light side, as much as we love spooky things, we also do really try to make an effort to keep things light and show you guys that not everything paranormal is scary, and not every bump in the night is paranormal. But yeah, so I'm just going in, like, okay, back to the makeup. I'm just going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I've been using this product since 2015, and I can honestly say, like, it has changed my life. Like, if I was gonna go on and on and on about any of the products I use today, it is this. This is what it looks like. It's just like a brow pomade. And this is their little logo on the cap. I love it. I love it so much. When you first get it, it's like really super creamy, and you have to be really careful not to get giant eyebrows that take up your whole forehead. We've all seen them. As it dries out, I find it gets a little bit tackier and a little bit easier to use, and so it's almost like the older it gets, the better it gets. It's like a fine wine. So I really love that. Doesn't really matter what your real eyebrows look like, as long as your drawn on ones are killing it. Chillin', killing. So I was walking again to the kitchen. I'm always walking to the kitchen. I love snacks and I love water. And speaking of water, not quite at the area that goes down into my basement. I have this like other little hallway where I have my bathroom and my master bedroom, and then the stairs to go upstairs to my beauty room and my son's room. Standing in that hallway, I could have sworn I saw a man. It wasn't like the lady in the basement, like the Victorian style. Like, I didn't get a lot of details on him, but he was very tall and very slender. Not like Slender Man, like I know you're thinking it. Not like that. Just like 6'3", just like a tall person, like a tall man. I felt that it was a man because of the energy that was coming off, even though there weren't any defining features. It felt like a male presence was near. And he was just a very dark shadow, because the hallway was dark, but he was darker, if that makes sense. If you watched our video about the Hat Man, we kind of go over that type of stuff. And we also made a video all about shadow people where we kind of go over that too. So I was like, oh, hello. Fancy meeting you here at my house, kind sir. I like started to walk towards him and he just like disappeared. It was like he was like a solid shadow, and then it was just smoke and gone. I was like, oh, well that was weird. And then just went and got my glass of water. I know that I laugh and everything, but like sometimes it is scary when you see someone in your house that you weren't expecting to see. Although I would much prefer, like I would love to take a ghost being in my house over a live human being in my house that I don't know about. So what did you guys think? I hope that I pulled this off. I hope that I told you guys some cool stories that you liked, and also explained enough about my makeup and Despite the blush and everything, like I say, I'm not a makeup artist, but people ask me what I do with my makeup, and this is what I do. So now I like to rub like some essential oils on my jawline and my neck. This one is clearly sinuses because everyone's getting sick right now. This is by a brand, it looks like it's called Spirit, but a really cool witchy mama sold it to me and I love it. And it's got grapeseed oil, basil, eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, pine, rosemary, and tea tree. And I love all of those smells. They just make me feel really good. It makes me feel clean. Like I love clean smells. I also love woodsy smells and spicy smells. Unrelated, but. Alright, so now we're gonna go in, because my favorite part, if you guys don't already know, I love lipstick so much. If, like, you know how they always say, like, oh, if you could be on an island with only one thing, it would be lipstick. Because it's winter time, I'm finding my lips are getting really chapped, so I've been reaching for more glosses lately. So that's what we're going to be going for today. Just this nice pinky gloss. This is just, I think it's by Quo, like the Shoppers Drug Mart brand, but my little sister got it for me and I think it's really, really nice. And yeah, it just keeps everything hydrated and sparkly. Now I'm just massaging some body butter from the Body Shop. It's just the cocoa butter one onto my earlobes. I'm sorry if this is gross to you, if you've never seen stretched ears this big, and if you think this is weird, you can just skip ahead a couple minutes. I will not be offended, but I like them, and this is my body, and I do what I want. There we go, and on to the other side. Something else that's cool is my, like, different members of my family have started to remember things from my childhood of, like, me, like, little Alice being like, I see dead people. And they're, like, telling me, like, not actually saying that, like, I'm just making a Sixth Sense joke, but telling me, like, yeah, like, I remember when you were 6 and you told me that you saw a little girl in your room, and I don't want to share too much because I want to actually, like, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I would love to interview certain members of my family and, like, reminisce about my paranormal experiences as a child and growing up, because a lot, like, some of that stuff I have completely forgotten about. It's been such a long time and I'm so focused on what I'm seeing and experiencing now that I'm forgetting. And also, a lot of women in my family, like one of my aunts, she told me from a very young age that we're healers, we're a family of healers, and it's a blessing and a curse, and I could tell you guys more about that another time. They have had experiences of their own as well, which I think would be so cool for you guys to know about too. For the grand reveal, I'm going to take you guys into way better lighting, which is the window area. So it's dewy, it's shiny, it's glowy. I did get a little bit crazy with the blush, but that's okay. And yeah, and Holly's right there. She is so happy to be out of the basement and out of the chest and hanging out with me every day. It's awesome. I don't know if this was a total fail or not. This is my first time doing something like this, and I find it difficult to tell you about the products and tell you about the ghosts and all that stuff. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do more stuff like this. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It really, really helps us out so much. Hit your notification bell, and always remember to live your life with love and light. We'll see you guys. Bye!